This is but one of the legends of which the people speak, and that is male loneliness. Just kidding. Nobody speaks about that. Oh, we're off to a great start. So, I have not been posting enough, but now I'm here, and I get to comfort all of you guys. Get a cup of tea, and let's discuss the loneliness of the world and commiserate about our troubles. Now, I would read the text in this game, but you've probably already played Wind Waker, and I don't know, do you guys want me to do real Let's Plays? Would you guys like me to do Let's Plays where I actually entertain you and, like, I follow the game? Or should I just pretend the game's not there? Because, you know, I like a mixture of talking about deep intellectual topics that are probably far beyond my own level of comprehension, and just fucking around and playing video games. I like both. You know, we're looking at Link, and he's a young boy clothed in green, and he's fighting an old man wearing a pig mask. I mean, Ganondorf. Whatever, this illustration is really strange. I like it, though. It's got that medieval kind of look to it. Strange that this is a Japanese game, but anyway. Yeah, the topic that's been on my mind a lot more recently is working 9-to-5 jobs, because I have actually been, you know, pushing away at being an adult, my attempt at being a responsible person, so that I can, you know, what does Jordan Peterson say? You should be responsible, bucko, and fight off the demons and slay the dragon. Well, I've been slaying the dragon, and Link's over here slaying his dragon. We're all slaying our dragons in our miserable lives, our nihilistic lives. But yeah, the 9-to-5 thing is, I feel like I don't do a very good job. Like, I'm the worst employee that an employee can be. And I'm obviously, like, for legal reasons, I'm not going to mention where I work. But, yeah, having to manage, like, so much paperwork and then go to your 9-to-5 job and you're just so beat up at the end of the day. Just destroys you. And lately, I don't know. It's actually not that bad when you don't... What is it? The only thing worse than being unemployed is having a job. And that actually sort of rings true for me somewhat, since having a 9-to-5 means that I have very little time to engage in what I actually love. That's the problem with, I think, being a creative person, I guess, is there are so many of us, but then so very few actually end up getting careers or finding a position in life where they can continuously do what they want without the toil of, you know, an everyday job that they hate. And some people will tell you that you have to work your way up the hierarchy. You know, the hierarchy, as Jordan Peterson calls it. I don't think you're wrong about that, but I think we've all sort of been lied to, those of us who really tried in life and thought that going to school would somehow get us a job. And I don't want to bash college for the umpteenth time, but it's, I guess, having so many expectations early on in life and then having them all sort of, well, finding yourself disappointed in the face of all of those expectations has taught me to just, like, live in the moment somewhat. You know, extending, putting off gratification for a long period of time, like long-term gratification, as they call it, is one thing. But then just, like, learning to enjoy the small pleasures in life. Like, even right now, I know that many of you people are lonely, just like, you know, I sort of was. I don't want to call myself lonely anymore. I feel like that's really rude to my girlfriend, and she's really great to me. But, you know, playing Zelda with a nice cup of green tea. There's something really peaceful about that. And there are people now, especially people like Keith Woods, who think that playing video games after work is... what's the word for it? Playing video games after work is not... Well, it's not productive for one, but, like, it sort of robs you of the time that you have where you can be doing something a little bit more productive. But I think, I don't know. I have a mild disagreement with that in the sense that, you know, if you're playing a game that inspires you to do something, to create, to be a better artist, and it's just like looking at art for me, and it's like interactive art. But then again, you know, everybody has their reasons. You know, like one of the reasons I freaking love Wind Waker is because this is just a feel-good game. Like, it's the middle of December over here in Japan. It's the middle of December everywhere. What am I talking about? It's the middle of December in Japan. It's the middle of December everywhere on the earth, you fucking dumbass. Anyway, and every time I'm outside, well, it's gray. You know, the color palette of the winter is not great. It's very green, muddy, and depressing. But then, like, you know, I put on a game such as Wind Waker, and I'm reminded of, like, you know, the great Japanese artist Hokusai, who made the Great Wave woodblock prints back in, like, 1830, whatever the hell. And it makes me want to draw. It makes me want to pick up a pencil and draw something, like, either in this style or something that, like, I don't know, that runs off the energy from looking at a game like this. And it's brilliant, man. Like, look at the yellow on Link's hair and the green and the blue in the sky. Like, how can you not play this game? And so how can you play this game and not feel just a little bit better? I mean, you could tell me in the comment section, I suppose, but this is great. I love it. Look at this. We're just on the balcony looking over at the shoreline and the horizon line, waiting for that adventure. And you're here in this game because, I mean, you can't really do that in real life. But then again, like, you know, I am just speculating here. The way people have a disdain for games now, in the sense that, you know, you don't really do anything and you're just sitting around. I get that. You know, it's not as productive as maybe reading a book, but, you know, it's not like you're going to go on an adventure like Link, and it's not like you're going to go on an adventure like Harry Potter. That's like the whole point of media, in the sense, Link. To take you elsewhere, to take you to places that are perhaps impossible in the natural world. And, you know, while you're there, it inspires you. It nourishes your soul. It's a common thing that I steal a lot from Christopher Hitchens. I forget where he said it, but Christopher Hitchens, once said that art nourishes the soul, and I think that is very, very adequately put. Is that the right word to put it? Is that... Well, whatever, man. Look, look at Grandma. Look how she's staring at us. I find it weird how Grandma looks Japanese and Link doesn't look Japanese. Because this is a Japanese game. Am I allowed to say that? Or whatever, I'm already canceled, doesn't even matter. Hanging the family shield on the walls as a decoration is another tradition that has been carried down from those days. We don't know what days we're talking about, because I'm ADHD, and I change the subject way too often. But, hey, that's why you guys are here. For the ride. For the game looking. For the commentating, whatevering. Grandma... You're great, Grandma. We love you. Thank you so much. But anyway, games aside, I think we are living in a very odd time, and we young folks, maybe even you older folks who are here on this YouTube channel, feel the alienation of our, like, globalist, liberal, capitalist society. And what I mean by that, I mean, I'm kind of using a lot of big words, and I'm not even really backing it up that much, is, like, I don't know, we ask ourselves what the point of life is very, very often now. Like, why are we here? What are we doing here? Why do I get up in the morning to go to work? Everybody looks miserable around me, and I feel like it doesn't really I'm not really making a big difference in the grand scheme of things. And that is... I don't think that's an unfair thing to, well, think about, or just to think in general. But as I was saying earlier, there is this beauty of just, like, accepting things for what they are. Because we're disappointed all the time by the things that we don't have. You know, I too get disappointed when I'm like, man, I wish I had more money in my bank account. Or I wish I can go on a trip to France again and see a couple of my friends, or you know, whatever thing that I'm considering. But then I realized, I don't even realize this. I guess yeah, that's the only word I really can think of it. I realized that I either can moan about what I don't have, or look at the life that I have now, understand that I am in a healthy body, that I have a job, that I have, a family that loves me, etc. And I mean, everybody's position is different, of course, but just accepting what you already have and then learning to be grateful for it. I think that is a common, a common idea thrown around by the conservative, the tradcons, and be grateful, love God, and all that. And I'm not a very religious person, but even though I'm not, there's still this zen I get from just saying, hey, I have this life. I only have this moment. Only now. I have only now. The past is gone, and I don't know if I have the future. And therefore, whatever moments I'm in, however things are, at the very least, learning to accept reality and loving it really changes the game. Like, seriously, like, to love everything that happens, like Amor Fati, has been the biggest fundamental difference between me now and me about 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was still me, and I had the same mental problems that I have now. But the difference, I guess, is I was upset about what I didn't have yet and what I wanted and the way my life was turning out. And now, I don't know if I'm as concerned about that, because I try to imagine a life where I do actually have everything that I want. And maybe it'd be great, In the world that I'd like to live in is I'm a professional musician, and I play rock music in stadiums for people, and then I go home, I make paintings, and I sell them online, and I'm like, I make decent money off of it, but then I also have a loving family to boot, and the whole 9 yards. But I can't have all of that, for one, and it's like I'm comparing my life to my current life to what I want it to be, and I feel that distance, I feel that gap, and it makes me miserable. But I'm like, what if I actually had all those things? Would I really be happy? Maybe I'd be satisfied, but that wouldn't mean that I would cease to my depression, my sad feelings would cease to exist. That wouldn't mean that life wouldn't be difficult. I'm sure that there'd be like other responsibilities, and then like in having everything I wanted, there'd be that Dostoevskian dissatisfaction where I ultimately get bored with my life and probably would want to, either fuck things up or want something else in the long run. And I consider that, and it's like, well, whatever. Why? Of course, without goals, you're gonna feel lost, but you don't need to feel miserable now because of the goals or the things that you don't have. You can still enjoy the moments as much while pursuing the future. And I think having that epiphany is just very liberating in many ways that I can't explain in depth as I'm playing Wind Waker. But hey, whatever, man. I'm just really grateful for all of this. Why can't I talk to Grandma? Okay. Anyway, yeah, I am certainly in a better... Wait a second. Oh, crap. That's right, I didn't use the telescope. Oh, crap. This is what happens when you play video games. Oh, I gotta do the thing. Alright, I gotta hit the wall. There's a chest. See, he's angry because he hasn't learned Amor Fati yet, and he hates his life. But don't worry, he's gonna get on the boat soon. I have no idea. Oh shit! Whatever. This is a LARP's play. This is a Let's Play where I talk to you guys, and I don't focus on finishing the game anyway. Anyway, if you guys have any thoughts about this, I do invite you to join the Discord and be friends with everybody there. Cause how do I cancel this? I don't know. Whatever. Just join. Join. Crap. You know what? This is the end of the episode. I'm ending it right here. I'm ending it right here because I don't know what I'm doing. Ah!